エアボット緊急発進。スペリオンかメナゾールか。激突するスクランブルパワー。エアボット部隊合体戦士スペリオン。スタントロン部隊合体兵士メナゾール。対決トランスフォーマー。
What's up, you guys? Friendly Neighborhood Geek here, or Holiday Neighborhood Geek, I don't know. I've been kind of calling myself that name for the month of December. But as of this recording, it's the day after Christmas, so happy belated Christmas. Hope everyone had a good holiday, or if you celebrate something else, hope you had a solid, like I said, had a fun, great holiday, whatever you all chose to do. Mine was okay, kind of low-key, honestly. Just me and my family, our extended family, everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. That happens sometimes. But it was okay. It was cool. I really just got a few things. The most, the best gift, you could give me is money. Because with money, I can buy whatever I want, whatever I need. So it's kind of what I got. I'm gonna go do a little shopping tomorrow. If you saw and I apologize about the lighting. I decided to film this in the evening time where the light is kind of dark outside. I have my big light on. The lamp doesn't really help, unfortunately. So yeah, that's why I kind of I have filmed stuff during the evening time, but I usually tend to try to film, in the middle of the day where I have the light from outside on next to me is the window. So but yeah, we'll just work with what we got. You see, it's a little chilly in my room, so I have my blanket on or whatever. But yeah, so this item I bought like a couple of days before Christmas. I guess the seller, which I'm grateful for, did like express shipping because it got here the day after Christmas. It was supposed to get here like Monday or something. So I'm very grateful for that. Ironically, this item came from Ohio, which is, I lived there for a couple years ago. But yes, this item is something I've kind of like, it's been on my list of things to get at some point, and I just finally got to the point I was like, what, I kind of want this figure. I kind of want this set, these figures. Like, let me go ahead and just, if I can find them for a good deal, let me go ahead and grab them. I paid around $70-ish, which I would have preferred to pay less, especially since this particular set is a KO. Again, if you see the thumbnail and title of the video, you automatically know who we're talking about. This set is a KO, but it's not a big deal. I've had KOs in the past, and from the pictures, it looked like good quality, so I was like, screw it, because the original figure or set of figures are cost an arm and a leg, which is unfortunate. So your best bet is a high quality knockoff. This came in a Walmart box. Of course, I will probably reuse this box for my business. I sold 3 things. Like I said, the day before Christmas Eve, which is amazing. And some of these items I sold had been up for sale for months. And I don't want to brag, but I made close to $200, like I said, in a day from my business. But that doesn't happen on a regular. That is periodically. It just depends on what type of merchandise or what type of item you're selling to people. But I'm very grateful for that. So, for the most part, my Christmas turned out fairly well. Okay, so nicely packaged. Bubble wrap. Alrighty. Now, I've done a lot of rambling, so let's finally get to the meat and potatoes of this video. Okay, cool. I'm very grateful. These were very, very nicely secure. And I'll definitely be reusing this box to ship something, I'm sure. Um, but yes, so we are looking at 1985 Generation 1 Menasor Stunticon set. Dope. So, I think I've mentioned before, I love Generation 1. There's a handful of Generation 1 Transformer toys I would like to have. The Stunticons were one of them. Um, I've had many versions of G1 Devastator. I currently have G2 Devastator. Excuse me. I will show a size comparison between him and Menasor. In this video, I had a G1 Starscream, of course, reissue G1 Starscream, G1 Blitzwing. I believe Blitzwing was a KO, but he was a good quality KO. I ended up selling those two off. I kind of wish I held on to Blitzwing. Starscream really was just an impulse buy, honestly. Put my phone on vibrate. Yeah, Starscream was just an impulse buy. Astro Train, again, I just kind of bought him randomly. You can kind of say he was an impulse buy too. So currently it's just these guys now, G2 Constructicons and Astro Train are my only G1. So all my G1 figures currently are Decepticons. But like I said, there's a whole bunch I would love to get. The Dinobots, Autobot Springer, you know, repurchase Blitzwing at some point. G1 Megatron would be amazing, but again, he costs an arm and a leg. So yeah, I am very grateful. I'm debating if I want to cut. Here are the instructions. It seems like they have not been, or maybe they have. The instructions for Menasor. I'm not sure if they've been opened before. I can't tell. The stickers have been applied on the figures, so I'm not sure. Maybe it has been. Yeah. Feet in combiner mode. Cool. Feet. This little roller piece, which is supposed to be the chest piece on Menasor. Cool. Let's see, we have this Stunticon breakdown. Dope. Breakdown. Looks nice. Okay, neat. Has the rub symbol. I'm not sure. Let's see if the rub symbol works. Not really. I can see it a little bit. Yeah, I can see a little bit. That's still cool though. All right. Let's see. So now you pull his legs down. So gotta be careful with these guys. Okay. Oh. I wasn't sure. Does it fold down like that? I can't remember how it's supposed to fold down. Maybe it's supposed to fold down like that. Get a good look at him. Okay. Well, yeah, there's G1 breakdown. Cool. So my history with the Stunticons, I had Legacy Dragstrip. I sold him off with a set of other figures that I parted ways with. I had a Combiner Wars breakdown loose. So I had two modern toys of the Stunticons. But I'm not sure if it folds like that or not. But here's breakdown again. Probably not gonna come in that well, unfortunately. It's my fault for deciding to film during the evening time. Here are all their weapons. Cool. So some of these guns they plug into the figures in their vehicle mode, which is really cool. And then they have individual guns that they can hold, which is pretty neat. So the car mode and the robot mode both have separate weapons, which is really cool. Let's see. I had to get a good look at their faces. Here's Wild Rider. who I really like. I really like his color scheme. Doesn't really look like his animation counterpart. Now the more modern figures of Wild Rider, I really do vibe with. I still really like him though. I still really like him. Um, see how I fold the arms out. Oh wait, let's see. I'm supposed to pull it. There we go. There we go. The arms on Wild Rider are a little bit more simplistic, but again, he doesn't really have fists. Well, he sort of does, but they're kind of molded, kind of weird. The face kind of has like a face plate. The face is okay. Could have been a little bit better. It's not really accurate, but I'm not gonna, G1 toy, not gonna make a big deal out of it. But the more modern version of him, because like I said, we got a Combiner Wars 1 years ago. I think that was like the first Combiner War figure that may have been released. That figure is not considered a good toy. I'm just gonna put all this back in the packaging. Like I said, we have so much to cover. Like I said, the Combiner War figure wasn't really received well. Yeah, I like it. I honestly would like to get the Motormaster, who's leader of the Stunticons. I'd like to get that Combiner Wars Motormaster figure separately. They also did an animated Motormaster for Legacy based off the animated Optimus Prime mold and the Legacy toy line. I honestly would like to get that too at some point. I just really been in the mood for the Stunticons lately. Hence why I wanted to get the G1 version, because I really adore the G1 version. And the Legacy version is too expensive. It's probably like close to $200+ to try to get all 5 of the new Legacy ones. Have to remove Menasor's fist from drag strip. But yeah, so far, again, I like the car mode, so see, yeah, okay. See the sword, which I'll get into. This set had some upgrades for it, which I'll get into. And then we'll look at Dead End, who I also really like Dead End. Like I said, put on this bubble wrap, and this must have Motormaster. We'll save Motormaster for last. Save the best for last. Just to get all the accessories out of the way. So again, for with tax, I think I paid like $75. Honestly, yeah, like I said, I would have liked to maybe pay like $65 since this is a KO set. But with getting, the instructions, sticker sheets, all that good stuff, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I'm getting my money's worth. And I mean, $75 for the whole set minus the box, because if you buy these from China or wherever you choose to buy the KOs, sometimes you can get them new in the box, which of course is more expensive. So $75 compared to close to, like I said, the $200 price range for the original vintage toys. Yeah, I'm sure you could do the math. So like I said, so far we've looked at Breakdown, who is one of my favorite Stunticons. Wild Rider, who again I love. I would say he is one of my favorites too, solely more so because of his design. I love his original design, and the new Legacy figure looks really cool. And like I said, I like the Combiner War ones. I don't know if I would get the whole set, but I do like, there are aspects I like of the Combiner War Stunticon set. So here's Dragstrip, who's really cool because he's a race car with 6 wheels, which wasn't common. It's pretty neat. Like I said, these guys look phenomenal for a high quality knockoff. Of course, be careful with them. Let's see, pull. I'm trying to think, does this flip out? I think it does. Yeah, I think this flips out. Pull that up. So pull. Oh. Let's see, pull this back. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get the head to pull up. Okay, maybe. There we go. I think I got it. Alrighty. So, little few paint marks in areas, but like little paint scuffs in areas, but it seems like I can get rid of that pretty fairly easily. Um, so yeah, drag strip. Really like him. Really cool. I'm glad this I'm glad this chest piece isn't loose. Well, yeah, the chest piece stays in there pretty well. Again, really cool. I love his aesthetic. The head piece is cool. Oh yeah, I like the head sculpt, not too bad. He's very charming. He's very charming. My only con with this particular mold is that the fists are molded nicely, but he doesn't have um, like the fists don't have the holes in them. The holes are above the fists. So physically, he's not. You're sticking the gun in his wrist essentially. Like you're sticking the gun right here, but the fists are right here. So kind of weird, kind of funky looking. But again, 80s toy, I can look past it. So one of my biggest gripes with the combiners after Devastator was, you know, um, I didn't care for that you took their heads. The heads were the combiner pegs. I didn't care for that. Of course, with the Combiner War figures, um, the combiner pieces. So say, like I said, give an example. Say this is the head of the combiner, like the Combiner War ones. Then on the inside, the chest, you will pull out a piece and flip the head inside the body, and that piece you pull out would be the combiner connector instead of being the head of the figure. So I'm glad they were able to kind of correct that with the more modern combiners. But like I said, Dragstrip, really cool. He's one of my favorites. And the animated continuity, the animated incarnation of the Stunticons did get figures like in BotCon or something. Let me turn my lamp on. Yeah, the animated figures did get, the animated version of the characters did get figures. That helps a little bit better. Um, and Dragstrip was a female. And I remember someone a while ago, like a year or two ago, someone was selling that particular animated version of Dragstrip separate from that set for sale. And part of me was like, I kind of want to get that. And I just ended up not getting it. But still really cool though. I know a fan customized those figures and made a way for them to combine, which is really cool. So last but not least, we have Dead End. It was really cool. He's kind of melancholy. He feels like, we're all going to die one day. What's the point of fighting? It was really kind of a really depressing kind of character, but I really like him though. He's really cool. I love his design. He has a mouth plate in the original G1 cartoon, and the new figure, he has a mouth plate. Looks really cool. This figure, he does not. It's like they switched Wild Rider. They gave Wild Rider a mouth plate when instead, Dead End should be the one with the mouth plate, but they gave Dead End a regular robot face. Okay. Let's see. How will we transform? Okay, so Dead End kind of transforms similar to, it looks like the legs fold down, but I'm not sure how the legs are supposed to fold out. Yeah, well, maybe they are, but I don't want to force it. I think the legs fold down the same way that Breakdowns does, but again, it doesn't really seem like it wants to budge. So I guess I'm not gonna force it. Hopefully I can get this piece to work. Oh, there we go. Plastic. Next thing I want to be careful, don't want to break these guys. But it's kind of a bummer. I guess I don't want to. Oh, okay. So, all right. Okay, it took some finagling, but I was able to get him to. I was able to get him to fold down without. Yeah. Fold down without breaking. Well, I'm not sure if the back piece will go any further, but. Oh, wait. Never mind. I was able to get it to fold back. But due to these wheels in the back, it does seem it kind of hinders his posability, unfortunately. But it's not not that big of a deal. Um, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. So Dead End again, really like him. He looks really cool. So like I said, these guys were Scramble City combiners. So you see, Breakdown and Dead End are taller than Drag Strip and Wild Rider. Okay, cool. So like I said, these guys were Scramble City combiners, meaning that you could switch the limbs. I'm not sure if you could do that with the other combiners as well. Meaning, so say Drag Strip is the left arm, Wild Rider is the right arm. You can swap them to have it be Wild Rider is the left arm, Drag Strip is the right arm, that type of thing. And I think you can swap the legs as well. But like I said, so far, they're very charming. I really like them. Feel like I got my money's worth. Very cool. So what made the Stunticons unique in G1? They were created to combat the aerial bots. At the time, I believe that the Decepticons did not have any team members turned into car vehicles, whatever. All of them were like flying type characters. So Megatron created Stunticons to be the rival to Superion. The only downside was all their personalities were kind of messed up to an extent. They disliked. I have to show them. They disliked Motormaster. Okay, cool. Oh, dope. So here's Menasor partially transformed. Let's remove this crotch piece and get some remove, hopefully without any issue. Oh, yeah, there we go. Got to remove. This is a little flimsy. Like the plastic's not as strong as I'd like it to be. So I'm a little bothered by that. I don't know if that's, the original toy was like that, or it's just because, it's a KO reproduction. But yeah, the plastic feels a little flimsy on the crotch piece. So that's kind of a bummer. So hopefully that won't, become an issue over time, since this is a type of figure you would, like I said, like with my Constructicons, even though they're official Hasbro Takara products, these guys are a lot of fun to transform back and forth, robot, alt vehicle mode, combiner mode, all that stuff. So let's remove the Menasor head, which kind of looks like, I love it though. It's one of the things I loved about Menasor. He kind of had a super piece of tape, Super Sentai, analyzing him. Like he kind of had like a Super Sentai look to him. Like the red eyes make him look evil, but say if you painted the eyes a different color or something, maybe repainted these guys, they easily could look like a good guy, a good robot. So I really adore that. I really adore his head sculpt. Get this tape off of me. But There was going to be a G2. There was planned to be a G2 version back in the 90s that got canceled. Supposed to be a G2 Defensor and Menasor. That didn't happen. Yeah, so here is Motormaster, who I wish he had the blocky look that he does in the show. That was one of the things I loved about. It's one of the things I loved about his original cartoon design. Like, he had a very blocky look, especially his head was like shaped like a cube, like a box. That was really cool. I think, like I said, the Combiner Wars figure really captured that very nicely. I love the Combiner Wars Motormaster, the new one, the Legacy one. Again, he's really, really charming. I like that Motormaster as well. So like I was saying, so the Stunticons had a fatal flaw, unfortunately, due to their personalities all being kind of, I guess, appropriate for Decepticons being the bad guys. The individual Stunticons themselves had a dislike towards Motormaster. They didn't like him as their leader, and they maybe hated his guts to an extent. And because of that, when they combined into Menasor, that made Menasor's mental state unstable. So they can't, like with the Constructicons, for example, they knew how to work as a team. They may have had their disagreements upon each other, but they knew how to operate as a working team. So when they combined into Devastator, yeah, you still had 6 minds all trying to control this powerful robot or whatever. But they weren't, for the most part, they weren't a danger to their teammates. Like, Devastator wasn't a danger to his teammates and, all that type of stuff. The Stunticons were considered to be like, yeah, he's our secret weapon, but he's unstable. He might lash out and accidentally take out a few Decepticons. You never know. But I like reading on the wiki, he was intended to be like the greatest combiner, which is really cool, but he has that fatal flaw. Let's see, since we're doing all this, yeah. So this is kind of funky, the way he flips up like this. Some people, I think this is how you're supposed to do it. Some people, you could make the legs be straight. Depends how you want to do it. But look, the semi-truck piece is supposed to be his feet, and it looks like, he freaking looks like the roller skates, essentially. They look like roller skates, but only, which is weird, only these wheels. So these wheels right here, where my fingers are, and these wheels on the back roll, but these back 2 wheels on both sides do not. Kind of weird. Like I said, we're kind of all over the place with this video. I showed the individual limb characters. I showed them get his sword. Ooh, it's in there snugly. He has Purple Fist, just like Devastator, which is cool. So like I said, he holds the sword like this, which I thought that was another cool thing I liked about. And the sword is cool. The sword is okay. That's another really cool thing I liked about Menasor. Out of the original Generation 1 combiners, him and Predaking, I believe, were the only 2 that had swords. And I think I may have mentioned, and that's one of the things I liked about Menasor, like he had a very Super Sentai robot, Super Japanese Sentai robot type of look to him, and just adding that sword to the, to the character figure look, just added to it. Like, oh, that's so cool. That made him unique compared to the other combiners who all kind of just use guns. So here is Motormaster's gun. And both of these, this gun and sword, also are recycled to be, Menasor's weapons. So cool. And his head sculpt is okay. It's just a sculpted robot face. There's no, like, he doesn't have any painted eyes or anything. Like I said, they were still able to capture kind of that cubicle head sculpt he has, but then the head on the inside looks like a kind of like a generic robot. But you know, it's still, you know who it is. It still gets the job done, I guess. So these are cool. Again, these were intended to be toys for children back in the 80s. Again, amazing. He looks phenomenal. I love him. He's great. He's great. I really do love him. So like I said, that's one of the things I disliked about these guys were I didn't like how the leader was taller than everybody else, and all the other characters were, you know, small. And like I said, I didn't like using the heads as the connector pieces. So let's see if I get everybody together. Like I said, I didn't like using the heads as connector pieces. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Stunticons, however, I feel like they do a decent job of not making it as obvious. Like, I don't mind Motormaster being the bigger one out of everybody, compared to some of the ones that came after, like Bruticus, you know, Superior. It was definitely obvious with Superion, because the Superion figure is much bigger than Menasor. Like I said, Defensor, I had a KO, a very poor KO Defensor. That was okay. I think Defensor and and Menasor would have been in the same scale with each other. So like I said, well, we saw them in car mode. We saw all four of these guys in car mode briefly. So we will show Motormaster real quick, and I'll probably cut. Because like I said, I'm talking about a combiner, but this is going on 31 minutes. When I tend to do these type of videos, these tend to be longer. I apologize for that, but I don't feel like breaking this up into a two-parter. But as I was saying, so there was an upgrade kit. When I talked about my Devastator, I showed the Crazy Devi upgrades. Let's see, let's bend his leg. He can do the splits. That's hilarious. Yeah. So yeah, so there was see how it transformed properly. Yeah, so we'll probably cut, but I'll go ahead and say what I was going to say. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a... Oh, okay. I remember correctly how to do this. So the company that made Crazy Devi, oh, there we go. All right, so arms are a little loose. Not a big deal, but just something to think, just something to remember. That was easy. Okay. So yeah, arms. I guess I will show a demonstration with one of them. We'll take Wild Rider. So as I was saying, Crazy Devi made a set of upgrades for G1 Stunticons, because at the time, I'm not sure which one goes with him. I guess one of his would be black. Oh, okay, these rotate. Cool. So like I said, I'll show an example. So during that time, you know, there weren't really any third-party figures. Combiner Wars didn't exist. So they made upgrades for some of the G1 combiner sets. They had made a new combiner head for Menasor, which looked more appropriate, more show accurate. He looked very mean and menacing, intimidating, and I really liked that. This head, not so much. He doesn't really look evil. He just has red eyes, very neutral expression. And they also made a sword that is twice the size of this one. Luckily, unfortunately, maybe I might get one day. I wasn't able to find anyone selling that head, but luckily there were 2 listings on eBay for the sword. So that'll probably be the next thing I purchase toy wise is that upgraded sword. Because that upgraded sword they made looks really awesome, and it does add to the look of Menasor. Um, so that's really cool that he got a few upgrades. Because yeah, like I said, I think the sword really makes the look, finishes the look. Because like I said, this is cool, but it looks really dingy and dangy, and it looks pitiful compared to the upgraded one. But yes, I want to show you guys. So they individually get their own guns, and you can have these in robot mode. I mean vehicle mode, which yeah looks a little funky, looks a little wild. I'm not sure if you can plug. I don't know. I don't think so. No, no, you can't plug the guns in them, but still really cool. And you just plug these into the combiner peg pieces. That's really cool. So I'll just keep Wild Rider in vehicle mode. Let's see. So here are their individual guns. Here is Dead End. His gun. Again, cool, basic. Yeah, cool, basic. They all seem to be. They're all different colors. The colors match the characters, which is cool. So I can kind of tell who's is who. I don't know who has the sniper gun, Wild Rider or Dead End, but cool. So again, I'll just show Wild Rider with Motormaster. So again, this is neat. This is neat. Of course, I think back in the day, people kind of didn't like that his Motormaster's truck mode is so small compared to Optimus's G1 Optimus. He had a one-sided rivalry with Optimus in the show because Optimus turned to a semi-truck as well. He's like, well, there can only be one of us. I guess he wanted to be king of the road or something. So that's pretty interesting. I'm probably going to cut. This is going off 40 minutes. Probably going to cut. I did want to show this off real quick. So I guess not. I thought all the stickers had been applied, but I guess not. Oh, no. Okay, well. See, Motormaster, drag strip, breakdown. Alrighty. So the stickers have not been applied. That's even better. So I'm just putting together, the person probably bought the set, decided they didn't want it anymore, and they were selling it off. Dead End and Wild Rider. Well, this is great. Putting on the stickers is fun. Putting on the stickers is fun. Here's the decoder, which is cool, so you can see the character stats. And here is the instruction booklet. Yeah, so it show the instructions. Here are the instructions. But like I said, I've seen videos on these guys, and they're pretty easy to put together. Let me see. Looking at Dead End. Make sure he's. Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot a step. I don't know if I'll show it though. Yeah, that's dope. So outside of the box, I'm pretty much getting everything, this is a perfect little Christmas gift to me, are the G1 Stunticons. So I forgot, this guy turns into like a little battle station. Oh, The guy turns into like a little battle station. Oh, let's see. There we go. He turns into a little battle station. There we go. Not sure if I folded it out correctly, but yeah. So something like this. There's a piece in here. Oh, well. I guess this wasn't supposed to come off. I don't know, but luckily it plugs back in. Okay, so like I said, I guess this is supposed to be a battle station, which is really cool. And roller piece. So if you had another car, let's say you had another car, it could go down the ramp. This piece could go down the ramp. So again, Motormaster also is like a triple changer. He turns into like a little bass. Wow. Robot, then freaking combiner. That's amazing. Wow. And I did say I was going to do a size comparison. So we are going to cut, and then I'll show them as Menasor. But like I said, amazing. Again, this was a toy for children. This is awesome. This is really, really cool. I really dig it. Definitely got my money's worth. Yeah. And I get to apply the stickers, which is always fun. So, yeah. So like I said, we will cut, and then you'll see Menasor complete in a comparison to Devastator. Okay. So it didn't take too long. Yeah. First impressions. Have my other figures on the side over here. Yeah, he's great. He's very charming, especially for that period, the 80s, and just having a variety of combiner characters. Like you could have, maybe your favorite was the Constructicons, maybe your favorite was the Stunticons, maybe your favorite was the Aerial Bots. Like, yeah, you could have had your favorite team. And honestly, I don't know. If I had the choice, I would have chosen the Constructicons most likely. But if I had the choice to choose rather them or the Constructicons, it would be a toss up between the two of them. Because like I said, I really adore this figure. I felt like I got my money's worth. Yeah, it's a KO, so have to be a little bit more careful. Unfortunately, the only drawback I see with these guys at the moment, at least with my copy, is this arm. This fist has a lot of stress on it where the peg hole is. That's kind of bothersome. It's kind of bothersome. Do I see this fist breaking? Not really, because I feel like the plastic on the fist is sturdy enough. But that is a little bothersome. So maybe I might see if I can find a fist accessory and get it for a Menasor replacement or something, maybe. But like I said, he's charming, very charming. I can't wait to apply the stickers. Like I say, outside this little issue on the fist, on this one where the gun is. Outside of that, he's very cool. The sword, even though it's really small and dinky looking, it's very charming, really cool. Posability, well, as you guys can see, he has posability in the arms. So I guess arms can go 360. Let's see. The arms can go 360. I guess fists can rotate, feet can rotate. It looks very funky from the back, like all that back kibble. Like I said, these guys, you can swap the arms and the legs, or swap the arms, swap the legs. Now, the Combiner Wars figure showed him like this. So, which isn't G1 accurate. Let's see. And I like how everything pegs in very nicely. So like I said, if you chose to do it like this, which I might, see it's facing the other way, then it gives him knee joint. Well, I mean, why not? So that's an option. So like I said, there's a lot of playability with these guys. One of my other cons about these Scramble City combiners were since you're using the peg, you're using the heads as the combiner connector pieces. My gripe was, over time, the paint on the head sculpt could deteriorate from continuously disassembling and recombining them. Like I say, you can hold a pose, which is great. So I do kind of worry about that with these guys, even though they all peg in securely, nicely. It's not like a hard plug-in or anything. But I am concerned about that. Like, of course, like their faces and their head sculpts are one of the most important parts of the toy. So I would prefer those not to deteriorate because of me playing with them or posing them, displaying them. So hopefully I won't run into that possibility. But like I said, very cool. They're all very solid for what they are. Motormaster and Menasor are probably the most centerpieces of the set. Menasor, again, having a whole combiner made out of cars is really cool. Like I said, I love the Super Sentai look he has going on. Very charming. Like I said, I've heard that this set has a tendency to kind of lean forward. My set does not do that. And you see how nicely he's able to stand. So, again, I really dig him. Yeah, he made a great Christmas gift. Like I'm very content with this figure. Like I don't know if I'll get any other ones. Like I said, with my army plans, of course, I'm sure I probably won't be able to take this guy with me, which is a bummer. I've been debating like, I want to take something from my collection and take it with me when I go to basic training. So who knows? Maybe when I'm away, I can order another set of these guys or something, and then just sell this set off later on down the line or whatever. Because like I said, I really, really like these guys. These guys are super charming. I would have loved for these guys to get like a repaint as an Autobot or something. I don't know. This would have been cool. I'm sure it's like a shattered glass version of Menasor. So real quick, here he is with the Walmart reissue of Astro Train. Cool. See Astro Train compared to the Stunticons. Cool. Neat. Like I said, all my G1 figures so far are Decepticons. But again, I love this Astro Train. Really charming. I ended up selling my Classics one in a lot with other figures. Like I said, that figure is so much fun to transform back and forth. Like all these years later, quality of that G1 Astro Train still holds up. It's still a lot of fun, etc. So last but certainly not least, we have my G2. Oh, get him up here. G2 Devastator, the OG combiner. So this guy is official. You see them together. They look great. They look phenomenal. See them together. Of course, Devastator is more bulky, and he's made up of 6 characters, 6 robots, and Menasor is made up of 5. But like I said, that's one of the things I loved about Devastator. I mean, they were the original combiner. All individual Constructicons were really cool and unique. It took 6 of them to make him. They're all around the same size, compared to the Scramble City style of combiners. But again, they look great. I love having them both. Like I said, down the line, I will repurchase another green and purple version. Like I said, they're great. Really, really love having them. I've had them as Devastator for months, so really adore having them. So, like I said, $75 with all their accessories. So all their guns, instruction manual, decoder, stickers. Like I said, what Motormaster is able to do, the semi-truck mode, the cool robot mode, the little battle station mode. The individual Stunticons are very charming and cool for what they are. Like I said, having these guns in alt mode and these guns in robot mode. I'm about to call him Defensor. Menasor is very charming. Like I said, I love this guy. I wish I could take him with me. Like I said, my army plans still work out. You know, maybe he might be one of the first figures I buy when I'm stationed somewhere. However that will work. He might be one of the first things I order, first collectibles I order for myself. Um, but yeah, like I said, I love this guy. He's very, very charming, very cool, very nostalgic. If you're interested, knock yourself out. You know, you could buy it like from AliExpress, eBay. Um, like I said, every KO might, the quality of a KO was kind of hit or miss. But like I said, minus this fist having stress on it, um, I really dig them. I might do an update maybe showing him with the stickers and the combiner and the upgraded sword. So we'll see. That might be like a little YouTube shorts or something. But yeah, as far as next videos go, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll buy another item. Like I said, I still want to get the Legacy Optimus Prime. Maybe might get him. There's another Transformer character who hasn't come out yet. I think there's one listing for him on eBay right now for $50. Heck no, since that figure is $20 retail. So those 2 characters I wouldn't mind getting, maybe. And after that, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, since we reached 1K, I'm considering maybe just trying different type of content. Like I said, I might do tier list or whatever I can come up with. Or maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what would you like to see on my channel. I just uploaded a TikTok completion. I'll still continue to do those, etc., etc. But yeah, that's about it. I recommend them. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and hope you all have a great New Year's Eve, or Happy New Year, however you want to say it. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.